Sit above the rim in a flash, taking hot shots. Pass me the chalk, I rock like hopscotch. Find me in the lab, cooking daps, more dapper than Dan. My bull traps, no flash in the pan. Ask Peter, Schiffer keep bucking. They're eager to ship till they bear witness. The streets buzzing. Chart topper, I put a cap in the market. You can speculate, but you'll never hit the target. I'm more ways in 4 days with tone vase. I don't play like Ghostface with road rage. This is not financial advice, but you better toss a coin to your man and be nice. Hey, I stick around, I don't roll magic dice or exit the grounds running when I strategize. I short rappers in the future, there's no CME. I bleed BTC, plus the key to C. So when I found out, I had to bring the label back and build that stack. I got it planned out. This one's for the Gitcoin grant. So now I'm calling all my whales where the big boys at. See, I took this track, minted as an NFT, and sparked an ad campaign using VAT. I said I'm free, the opposite is centralized. I paid my dues, quit talking, better recognize. 3 years back, I would've called this my white paper. I'm still here, about to drop a hype beta. Hip-hop the blockchain, that was my lifesaver. I don't need a black box to record the flight data. To the moon, no FOMO. I'll be home soon, but for now, hit a promo and emanate the tune. I don't hide behind words, this rap is open source. But if you use it in your whack, I choose no remorse. My brute force is more than you can handle. Red like the wick on your one-day candle. Led by that sick rapper, man named Vandalized. Red by a stick, had to plan and claim samples. I got baggage, some of which are shit coins. I won't drop names, I'm careful where my fist points. I would drop fame, I don't ever want to disappoint. I want gains, let me leverage off of this joint.
All right, welcome everyone to the last EOS Hot Sauce of the year. This is EOS Hot Sauce number 132. My name is Stefan Bissau, and I'll be your host for today. So thanks for joining us today in the live chat on YouTube or watching it afterwards. Today we've got about 34 tabs to go through, and the topics include a few updates from the EOS Network Foundation. We got EVM Plus new working group. We got an update from the API Plus working group, and we've got the ENF brand design that was just released a few hours ago. We'll be giving a short overview of the recent Brock Pierce Bywire interview that came out last night about that fateful day where the BPs froze Block One's vesting tokens. We'll be talking a bit about Dan's new model for multiple Eden DAOs. We'll be reviewing Wombat's new NFT staking game called Dungeon Master, the first EOS NFT staking game to go live. Very excited about that. We'll talk a little bit about the EOS 2021 year-in review Discord event that we'll be hosting next week. We'll make a quick mention of ORID Network, as EOS Nation is now a block producer on there, and finish off with some hype for the Emanate Metaverse Christmas party. So let's get into it. Here we have slight technical issues. All right, here we go. So Yves Larose of the EOS Network Foundation has announced the 5th working group called EVM Plus. Of course, EVM stands for Ethereum Virtual Machine, and one can assume that this group will be created in order to implement EVM on EOS. So Yves teases an upcoming exclusive interview with Bywire News to learn more about it, and we haven't seen other posts other than this. And you know, Yves mentions that after multiple pitches and interviews, EOS Argentina was awarded with the lead for this working group last month. So congrats to EOS Argentina. Here we can see them appreciate the EOS Nation Foundation for considering us, but in the end it was because their pitch was the best. Now, this is pure speculation on my part, but if you remember, EOS Argentina was the team that was able to bring EOS to Metamask, which is, of course, one of the most popular crypto wallets in the world right now. So I'm sure their experience with working with Ethereum and Metamask probably played into their application in order to lead the EVM Plus working group. So that's great. Congratulations to EOS Argentina. Again, that's another team that's been in the EOS ecosystem since the very start, and they've been adding value to our ecosystem in many different ways. Regarding the API Plus working group, Matthew Darwin is part of that group. Matthew Darwin is our EOS Nation's Chief Infrastructure Officer, and he's been deep in the weeds in API. And last week, he gave us a short update about what they've been working on and what they'll be proposing to the ENF. So big picture, not going to get into too much technical details on this show, but the API Plus group wants to create globally distributed nodes that implements agreed upon standards. This includes API nodes, peer-to-peer nodes. They want to create regular snapshots. That includes the snapshots, blocks, and the state history plugin downloads, which helps people who are standing up new EOS nodes. They want to support the existing history developers and improve reliability of those history endpoints. That goes for Hyperion, Diffuse / Firehose, Gray Mass history, and the Chronicle / Light API history. They're also going to propose a new working group to discuss how to create new standardized APIs that are needed by the dApps and wallets, which you include things such as get transaction, push transaction guarantee, account / balances, resource estimation, etc. And finally, a new working group to discuss how to manage such a decentralized collection of APIs hosted by multiple providers. Also, they want to support standard used by the rest of the blockchain ecosystem, such as Rosetta and the Graph, and of course, continuation of the API working group to regularly update the roadmap. Now, what's important about here is if you're a dev, if you're an EOS user, if you've got thoughts or comments about these items for the API working group, they're looking for your feedback. Is something missing? Should something be removed? Lots of ideas have been discussed here, but they cannot do everything at once, and they need to focus on the highest priority items that are needed today, and that set us up for future growth. So if you've got an opinion on this, reach out to Matthew. Reach out to Matthew on Discord. Join the ENF Discord server. I've got a link in the show notes today for all of the things that we're talking about. So definitely check in the bottom if you want to reach out to Matthew or other people part of the API working group. All right, moving on. More fresh news for you guys, released just a few hours ago. The EOS Network Foundation has revealed their new branding standards as well as their logo. So Yves Larose, head of ENF, mentions over the past 2 months, @Live the brand has gotten to know the EOS community. That's the design firm that was hired by ENF, where we come from, where we are, and most importantly, where we are going. They've applied their amazing skill set in helping the EOS Nation, the EOS Network Foundation, sorry about that, reveal a brand design that represents a fresh start, #ENF. That's right. Now, for the very observant among you, you might notice that Eve is now a new Twitter handle. So he's now @BigBeardSamurai, and the EOS Network Foundation tag now has its own Twitter page. That's not Eve's personal account. And as you can see, we've already got 8,000 followers on this EOS Network Foundation. How is that possible? Well, what happened is that Zach Gall, who used to lead of course, the Everything EOS Twitter and YouTube show, and very popular and well-liked brand in the EOS community, they've converted their Everything EOS Twitter account to be the now official EOS Network Foundation account. So make sure you follow @EOSN Foundation, and make sure you follow @BigBeardSamurai to stay up to date on all the latest news from the Network Foundation. Now we can see as well the new logo for the EOS Network Foundation. Simple, clear, I like it. Of course, represents EOS, resembles the EOS logo we're all familiar with, but with some slight modifications. Here we go. We got the EOS Network Foundation making a few posts this morning, introducing the hashtag ENF logo and branding guidelines. The design system is aiming towards the future, representing a fresh start. It's clean, open, and calm. The design is functional and user-oriented. So here we can see the ENF logo is designed to be both simple and memorable, that maintain a visual connection to the original EOS logo. The logo shape is derived from a different convex heptahedron, retaining the same concept of the seven-sided chestahedron used for the EOS logo. So here we can see an animated version of what this logo looks like in 2D and also in 3D. So if you want to check out the blog post about the EOS Network Foundation logo and branding, you can find it here on the EOS Network Foundation Medium account. And, you know, they go over a branding overview. They talk a bit about the logo. You know, they show some logo icons and the brand colors. You know, this is kind of a standard branding document that companies create when they want to solidify their branding. So you can see some secondary colors, the typography, the brands in use, types of images we'll be seeing from the ENF, and other information. So I encourage you guys to go check it out. Again, all of these links are below in the description. All right, and then just moving on to some Bywire news. There's a lot going on in Bywire this week. Definitely follow them on Twitter, follow them on YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest news. Here we can see a nice screenshot of Eve and Dan Larimer, presumably in an interview with Bywire News. This interview has not been released yet. I imagine it will be soon. You know, here Bywire say, you know, I think I had the best day of my life today. It's 4 a.m. in London. Yet sleeping tonight is laughable. Having spent hours with some of the smartest people in the world, I feel both inspired and in awe. If you're in EOS right now, you are at the start of our history. Savor it. So yeah, so nice positive message from Bywire News. And we're looking forward to seeing, you know, how these interviews played out. Not released yet, but I'm sure they'll be released over the next few days. And talking about Bywire interviews, here we have the interview with Brock Pierce that was filmed about a week ago and was released last night. It's a fairly long interview, an hour and 16 minutes. Brock Pierce goes into a lot of details about how he feels about the situation with the freeze, with Helios, how the negotiations happened. He reveals a lot of information that wasn't public before this interview. So I definitely encourage everyone to go watch it. I'm going to give a quick overview of some of the points that he mentioned, but this is really not complete at all. And I really encourage everyone to watch it. I'm sure everyone will. You know, this is a pretty big moment in the history of EOS, and Brock Pierce has been playing a big part, especially in the recent months, and really he explains his perspective on the situation. So a few juicy highlights, if you want, from the interview. You know, he says that Dan got emotional and he basically rage quit from Block One. Brock Pierce claims that, you know, Dan was tired of working at a pace that was too restrictive due to regulations compared to what Dan wanted to do, and he didn't negotiate a good deal for himself when leaving Block One. He also says that Dan leaving Block One is actually really good for Dan and for EOS, because now Dan is free to actively build on chain, on EOS, exactly what he wants. And since he has left about a year ago, Dan has done exactly that, building Eden, working on Clarion, and now, you know, his new ideas of multiple DAOs for multiple Edens that we'll get into a bit later in this video. So definitely lots of interesting comments on Brock's part, but highlights that, you know, Dan leaving, although it was maybe a bit messy the way he left Block One, it is definitely a plus for the EOS community. So Brock also reveals that conversations between Eve from the ENF, Brock, and Dan have been going on since April, and also Brendan's been aware of these negotiations from Block One. A lot of details shared about that. Again, we're not going to go in all the details. There's been a lot that happened. Eve and ENF did some things that Brock didn't appreciate. Dan did some things that Brock didn't appreciate. But in the end, Brock does repeat that he does respect Eve and Dan a lot, even though these tense negotiations got very tense at times. He still repeats a few times that he does respect these guys a lot. He talks about a respectful face-to-face meeting that was held in Canada between Eve, Brock, and Brendan to negotiate a deal. He explains a bit some of the issues around the EOSIO IP, which is owned by Bullish and not Block One, and how Brendan was legally not able to fulfill the BP's request for an intent that the EOSIO IP would be transferred to the network in the last hours before the freeze. And then Brock claims that Brendan cannot do these statements for legal reasons because Bullish is not ran by Brendan. It has its own board, etc. So he goes into some of the details about that. He does at a few times claim that the ENF and the block producers gave him some assurances that were then not honored. And then, among all that, he recounts all the highs and lows of these tense negotiations. In the end, Brock does appreciate Eve and all the work that Eve has done for the ENF, for the block producers, for the network. And he wants to continue moving forward with EOS. And at some point he asked the EOS community if the EOS community does want him to move forward with Helios and his plans. Of course, he was frustrated by the fact that the block producers froze the assets, but Brock and Helios already have some assets and some EOS that they're putting to work for Helios. So of course, we hope that they continue supporting the network, even if the block producers froze the vesting tokens of Block One. There's a lot more in there. I encourage everyone to go watch it and make your own opinion about Brock, about Helios, about what's going on. All right, so moving on, here we've got Dan Larimer that's been a lot more active on the tweets and in Telegram and a bit in Discord even ever since the deal was, the freeze happened. The negotiations are, the main one, I guess, are over. Dan was very quiet during that time, and since that's been over, he's been speaking out, which is great to see Dan talking about new ideas for EOS. And so here we have his first tweet about a proposal for multiple Eden on EOS communities, each with their own token and allocated by weekly 1-hour meetings on Zoom. EOS grows in value as communities grow in value. Communities incentivized to get people to stake EOS, more coming. So before we get into some more details about these ideas from Dan, it's important to note that there's not that much information. There's no white paper yet. He says he's working on it. He says he wants to present it soon, but we just have some high level information, and I'm sure the details may change between when these posts were made and when the white paper is going live. So here, he continues, I'm working on the future vision, roadmap, and sales pitch for joining EOS. He's never been more optimistic and excited. EOS will soon be a DAO of DAOs. Accounts will be free. Countless people will be rewarded for contributing and inviting others who do the same. So here, if we go back to this image that he posted, gives you kind of an idea of what Dan's thinking about. So it would involve, increasing EOS inflation by 1%. Or I'm not sure about the percentages. Of course, these are just temporary numbers. But anyways, there would be some new inflation that would go into a Bancor market maker at the system level on EOS. And then these community tokens would be paired into this Bancor Bancor market maker. The community tokens will also be awarded to people who stake their EOS for a minimum, and these are 30-day minimum stakes, in order to support various Eden on EOS communities. Other community token supply would be distributed to the content reward pool. Here he says it's like Steemit, but only active meeting attendees can vote. So as many of you are probably familiar, the Eden system comprises of election that are made up of random groups from everyone who shows up. Originally, these elections were only happening once every few months. to determine how to allocate some EOS that is in the EVM treasury. This model would see weekly elections, and only people who show up every week can determine the user contributions and where these community tokens go. So these community tokens are distributed to stakers, to content creators, and to people who are actively contributing to that community. And then, in order to cash in those tokens, they can trade it with the Bancor market maker. So that's kind of what we know so far. A few more messages here from Dan Larimer on Telegram, of which, if you want to see all the messages that Dan has been saying on Telegram, check the notes below. We've got a link to the first message that Dan said about this topic on Telegram in the Dan's message only channel on Telegram, which highlights all the messages from Dan on both Telegram and Twitter. And then you can go scroll through all the chat and see the context. So here he says, proposal for multiple Eden on EOS communities, each with their own token and allocated by weekly 1-hour meetings on Zoom, like I mentioned. EOS grows in value as communities grow in value. Communities are incentivized to get people to stake EOS, more coming. And then, someone says the community coins serve no apparent reason. Dan replies that it allows people to speculate on the individual communities and have independent monetary policies per community. And it enables communities to keep benefit of their own growth while still aligning with EOS. So it's great to see Dan coming up with some new creative ideas. I love the narrative of EOS becoming a DAO of DAO. I think that's great. And I'm looking forward to learning more about the details of this proposal once the white paper is released. All right, finally, we get to the Wombat Dungeon Master NFT staking game. So this is very exciting. We've got our first EOS NFT staking game that goes live. Big props to Wombat for creating this. It actually also allows you to stake your Wax NFT. So it's both EOS and Wax. And here, they have a tweet, follow @Wombat Dungeon if you want to learn more about this game. Dungeon Master goes live today. This was a few days ago. We invite everyone to our open beta and thank our partners, .gems, that's us, Crypto Rider, The Uplift World for enabling their NFT support in our game. So there's only a few certain collections that are eligible in order to stake your NFTs and mine these Dungeon Master rewards. We're super happy that Wombat included many of our collections, the .gems collections that includes the Spicy Rares and other NFTs. We've got the GBK collection, the Dream Big, the Pomelos. So we're very happy and thankful for Wombat including our collections. And because of that, actually, we gave them 5 Spicy Rares this week. In order to thank them. Actually, we gave it to the devs from Wombat that are working on this game. So usually, we have 50 Spicy Rares available for our community. This week, there's only 45 because we gave the first 5 to Wombat as a thank you for creating the first EOS NFT staking game to go live. It's great. So on the second day, they made another tweet, 3,000 players on day 1. That's great. They're actually blown away by this. Thank you so much, Dungeoners. So it's great to see that the community was interested and jumped in with all their NFTs trying to mine these Dungeon Master rewards. So if you want, so right now, this is the beta period for Dungeon Master. When you mine rewards, it's points that you can then convert to EOS or Wax. But in the future, there's going to be a lot more prizes. We assume some NFTs, some directly mining some crypto directly. And here we can see, there's 100 Wombat Warrior NFTs to be won. So if you want to join this giveaway, check out this tweet by eGamers, Play to Earn NFT and Metaverses, which features the Wombat Dungeon Master. So I've got a few screenshots here of Dungeon Master for people who are curious what it looks like. So here's the one of the first screens you see. It allows you to connect your EOS wallet or your Wax wallet. It shows you the NFTs that are available in your collection to be staked in this game. Here we can see a juicy pomelo, some spicy rares, and some Uplift World NFTs. And then once you send it out into the dungeon, your Wombat Explorer finds some NFTs with some mining power, and then you can accumulate some reward points. Here you can see which NFTs are currently hidden in the dungeon. That's kind of their staking mechanism. And then once you do hide NFTs in the dungeon, you can only claim them back 24 hours later. So there's a 24-hour staking period, which is going to be important to remember for the end of season spicy rare raffle, which we'll be talking about in just a bit. And then you see you've got your timer, your NFTs are going to return in 24 hours, and you can send them back in the dungeon, try to accumulate more points, eventually find some NFTs and prizes and other fun stuff like that. So again, big shout out to Wombat for creating this fun game. Looks great. And I know our community of .gems NFT collectors were very happy to be able to add some extra utility to these NFTs that they've collected. Now, speaking of the hot sauce and the spicy rares, this is actually the last EOS hot sauce of the year. We're taking a short break, try to recover, from the big year, which has been pretty intense in EOS. We've been working very hard. So next 2 weeks, no hot sauce. We'll be coming back next year, early in January, on January 8th. And the EOS Hot Sauce live in the new year will be on Fridays at noon Eastern now. And also great news, which is something that a lot of people have been asking us for, is that the EOS Hot Sauce is now going to be exclusive EOS content only. Don't worry, Wax fans, we're still going to be sharing some Wax news and stuff, but we're actually going to be creating another show called the .gems Discovery Stream, where we'll be going over the Wax news, our Wax products, our NFT releases, etc. That show is going to be co-hosted by myself and Jason at Love Handles, who's our new Wax community manager. And so we'll be co-hosting that in the new year. And then eventually, Jason probably going to be solo hosting that, plus probably going to have some guests on to talk about various projects. So here we have almost all of the NFTs from this year that we released in the Spicy Rare collection. So here we can go click on this schema and look at all these NFTs. So we got number 132, which was issued today. Seems like it's already sold out. Issued supply 50 out of 50 already. That went quickly. And then we can see that it starts at EOS Hot Sauce number 107. So for the end of year raffle, everyone who's holding one of these spicy rares will be entered in raffle and we'll be giving away prizes, NFTs, fun stuff, some NFTs that we've accumulated this year, some extras that we haven't given out yet. There's going to be some GBK packs, some Dream Big packs, some pomelos, and a few other surprises. So every spicy rare that you hold is one entry in this raffle. If you manage to hold the entire collection, we're going to guarantee you guys a few of these bonus NFTs that we'll be dropping. They're actually going to be party packs that contain one NFT when you open it. So you can hold the party pack, you can sell it, of course. You can hold it for later. You can open it, see what you get, etc. So we'll be dropping just a couple party packs, to people who collect the full set, and also dropping a lot of packs randomly among all our spicy rare holders. So again, thank you for everyone who's participating and tuning into the hot sauce, joining the spicy rare giveaway. It is whitelisted, as most of you know. If you're still not on the whitelist, check in the description below. You can sign up for the whitelist on our Metaverse parcel on CryptoVoxels. Here, oh yeah, marketplace. So the Dungeon Wombat master game was announced, people I activated a bit the EOS NFT market, and then people swept the floor of the spicy rares. There was some spicy rares that were being sold for under $1. Quickly, those were all sold out, and now we've got a floor of $3 for the spicy rares, which is great. We love seeing that, of course. And yeah, so thanks for everyone who's been having fun collecting these NFTs. We've had a blast creating them. Big shout out to Shramana, our designer, that was responsible for all of these beautiful NFTs this season. And of course, we'll be continuing the Spicy Rare collection next year with the new hot sauce format. So stay tuned for more details about that. When is this snapshot happening? When is the airdrop happening for Spicy Rare holders? It's going to be on the 27th of December, so Monday of next week. If you are using your Spicy Rares in the Dungeon Master game, remember to unstake them on the 26th. So there's a 24-hour wait period. Make sure you're not sending in those Spicy Rares at the last minute. Make sure those Spicy Rares are in your account for the snapshot in order to have a chance at winning these party packs for some bonus NFTs. So every week on Monday on the EOS Discord server, which we encourage everyone to join, link below, we have an EOS community fireside chat. Yana, our video producer that's behind the scenes helping me with the hot sauce here, she's been hosting these events this month. I'll be taking over the hosting duties starting next week. And next week, it's also going to be a special edition. It's going to be EOS 21 year in review panel. So we're going to have a few guests from some of the largest projects that launched on EOS this year. And we'll be talking about what happened, kind of year in review. It's going to be interactive, of course. We want you guys to join this event, join in, share your comments, ask your questions to the panelists, all that good stuff. We want it to be as interactive as possible. In order to incentivize people to join these Discord events, we're actually going to start distributing some participation prizes. So the way it's going to work is that every time you show up to one of these EOS Discord server events, so you can see here there's 4 right now. Right now we're doing the EOS Hot Sauce Live. There's the Christmas party tonight with Emanate, which I'll mention a bit later in the show. The EOS community fireside chat, which is coming up in just a few days, which is the normal EOS community fireside chat. These are not recorded, so you can feel free to just chat with the community, be more casual. And then next week, Monday on December 27th, we have the special edition EOS 21 year in review. So people who show up to these events on Discord will earn some proof of participation NFTs. And then what happened is that at the end of every month, we'll be doing a giveaway. We'll be giving away EOS and maybe other prizes as well, depending if we get some donations from projects in the space, etc. So when you accumulate these proof of participation NFTs, you'll be able to blend 5 of them together in order to have a raffle ticket for that month's end of month raffle. So we're going to be, incentivizing people to join. We want these events to grow in size, to be interactive, and really to be a place where the EOS community can get to know each other better. So very exciting stuff. We're looking forward to that starting at the end of this year, at the end of this month, and going into the new year. All right, finally, quick news. This is actually going to be the last non-EOS news of the EOS Hot Sauce ever. And it's the post from OR Network, the Open Rights Foundation, which welcomes us, EOS Nation, as a block producer on the OR blockchain. So we're very happy to be able to support more EOS-IO networks, and becoming a BP on OR is one of the first steps on this mission that we have. Here we see an article that explains a bit about what we're doing on OR and them welcoming us to the network. And here we have a quote from Stéphane Bisson, hey, that's me, that says, as part of our mission to help secure strong EOS-IO networks, EOS Nation is proud to join the OR network as a block producer. We look forward to supporting OR's effort as an EOS-IO leader in managing identities and digital assets across multiple chains. So follow OR Network on Twitter here at OR Protocol to learn more about this great EOS-IO chain. And finally, the last topic of the day. Oh, before we get into that, leave a like, subscribe to EOS Nation YouTube, hit that bell to be notified when we go live. You also know that we've been publishing a lot of clips recently, and it's helped our total views, our total watch time, etc. And it actually allowed us to unlock monetization on the channel. So maybe you'll start seeing ads when you're watching the EOS Hot Sauce. Now, we're not adding ads because we want to, bank those pennies or few dollars that we'll make from ads, but it's because we think that YouTube is going to be more likely to showcase our content to a wider audience if there's monetization activated, which means that YouTube, can make a profit from these videos. So what we want is we want more people from outside the EOS community to watch these shows, get interested in EOS, and then join the community. So we're hoping that activating this monetization will help us with that goal. Feel free to, set up your ad blocks and just skip these ads. That's not really the point of why we're activating them. All right, so leave us a like if you like this video. Leave us a like if you appreciate us going live every week for 132 weeks, almost in a row now. It's been a great 2.5 years now of EOS Hot Sauce production, and we're not stopping anytime soon. All right, so if you want some more action today, join the Emanate Christmas party later tonight, starting in about 8 hours or 11 hours from now. 4 hours of live music, Christmas NFT wearables, and more. Here you've got a list of some of the artists, Emanate artists that are going to be performing. This is happening in the Metaverse, in Crypto Voxels. Sneak peek, here is, oh, it moved. So I might not be able to. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh wow, there we go. Nice stage. So here's the stage for the party tonight. We've got an epic Pepe the Frog here. Christmas Pepe the Frog rocking out on top of the stage. Looks great. We've got a Christmas tree. We've got that stage. So this is the Emanate Christmas party going live later tonight. If you want to know the link to this Crypto Voxels parcel, it's not our .gems parcel. It's the Cypher Cruise parcel. So you can see the coordinates here, but you can also follow Emanate official on Twitter. They'll be releasing the link later in just a few hours. And as always, we're going to reward people for showing up to these events. In collaboration with Emanate, our designers at .gems, we're able to create some fun accessories for everyone in Crypto Voxel. So we've got the Emanate Christmas hat, we've got some Christmas tree sunglasses, we've got a candy cane that we can hold, we've got some elf shoes, and as you can see, this outfit of 4 or 5 wearables will be giving away 5 outfits to people who show up at the party tonight. So definitely show up. I'll be showing up. Hope to see a lot of you there. All right, so let's take a quick look at the live chat before we go. So we've got Pass that says moon soon. I agree, Pass. We got the love handles, Jason in the chat dropping some fire. Patty G says thanks for the insight. No problem, Patty G. Thanks for tuning in. We got Emma Walters. We've got Daniel Keys, the love handles. So thanks for everyone who joined us live. Thanks for everyone who's watching not live. Leave a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow all of these great content creators that we mentioned on Twitter. And so that's going to be a wrap for today. My name is Stéphane Bisson. I was your host for the EOS Hot Sauce in 2020. And that's going to be it for us for this year. But stay tuned for next year when we start up again with the EOS Hot Sauce Live with exclusive EOS only content for all of our EOS community. All right, thank you everyone. Have a good vacation, and we'll see you guys in the metaverse later tonight.